Doctor's visits cost hundreds of dollars and pills, herbs, and supplements don't work because they don't address the most important elements of Candida infections. Why keep doing the same thing, hoping to get different results over and over again? Did you realize that food is often to blame for many of the infections we are experiencing? This is especially the case whenever we are having a yeast infection, but it is not necessarily the yeast we are eating that is causing the problem. Yeast infections are caused by a certain type of Candida that is present in the environment around us. Although it is very common with women, it happens in men too. It is also in our body even when we are not suffering an infection, and it serves a useful purpose. When our body is in balance, this yeast is kept under control so that we typically don't have any problems. If you have a problem with yeast infections, especially if they are recurrent or even chronic, there are some foods that you should avoid at all costs. These foods don't necessarily cause a yeast infection, but they can keep them alive once they exist. I lived for a long time with this problem that caused me a lot of shame, fear of relating and discomfort. What helped me stop Candida repetitively and solved it in a short time was the specific diet that changed my life. I discovered these miracle recipes through a friend who was also suffering with yeast infections. I will leave the official link of where I got 200 easy recipes that led me to this relief here in the video description, but here are 4 different types of foods that should be avoided by those who have problems with yeast infections. First, sugar. One of the main things that should be avoided when you have a problem with yeast infections is processed sugar. Yeast eats sugar, so if you are feeding the yeast infection, you will have a hard time getting rid of it. Even many of the foods you should eat for yeast infections, such as yogurt, usually have a lot of added sugar. Make sure you read the labels before you put anything in your mouth. Second, processed foods. Anything that is processed will not necessarily be good for your body. If you really want to get rid of a yeast infection you are experiencing, you need to get back to the basics of eating, including lots of raw fruits and vegetables. Third, pasta. Although many of us enjoy eating pasta on a regular basis, you should avoid eating it whenever you are suffering from a yeast infection. Most of the pasta we eat is made from refined flour and water. This refined flour can cause problems in our bodies, including feeding the yeast infection we are experiencing. Fourth, mushrooms. Although we don't all eat mushrooms, it is certainly high on the list of things we shouldn't eat if we have a yeast infection. Make sure you avoid them and you'll have more success getting rid of the infection. This is just the beginning of what affects your body and makes everything worse with Candida. Believe me, I have taken countless remedies, supplements, and nothing improved until I changed my diet. This secret indicated by my best friend is completely different from all other books because it is customizable to your condition. You will have recipes for shakes, soups, snacks, main dishes, smoothies, breakfast. Seriously, you have to try it. I know you will like it. It's a transformative tool, complete with a 60-day plan with diet, guides on how to detox your body, sleep, manage stress, recover your immune system, get rid of sugar cravings, a list of foods to eat and avoid, and a quick relief guide. If it worked for me, it will work for you too. I hope I helped, and let's get rid of Candida. See you.